My long-term forecast is it's going to go to 13 million over 21 years.
13. But we're talking about energy, about this new industry called AI factories and artificial intelligence. And obviously, we're at the beginning of a new industrial revolution. And this industry is going to be producing intelligence. And what it takes is energy. And
join me live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto and stocks moving up. And all you have to do is look at the indicators and see why. But we have Michael Saylor buys more Bitcoin. And we know MicroStrategy should be called Morgan Stanley. We know when Michael Saylor became a puppet for Bitcoin, the spokesperson. Now we have gold. It's another all-time high as we see the dollar getting weaker and the central banks are loading up on gold. And what do I tell you? Follow the money. If they're loading up on gold, you need to be buying gold too. Even if you got to take a few dollars every paycheck to start buying it, you definitely need to buy it. Follow the money. Now again, guys, we have stocks and cryptos doing well. But we had yield rates plummet. And then also we have the dollar getting weaker. And we know that is wonderful for the market. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. And then also remember, the yen is another indicator. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have volume in crypto down. We have Tether in USDC. And we have Tether is now officially recognized as property under English law in a fraud case. Remember, they haven't done legislation yet, but this was in a fraud case. And then also we have USDC moves headquarters to New York, One World Trade Center. And if you follow the NWO, you know that is definitely a symbol. You just have to wait and let it play out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, guys, of course, we have the Fed repo at $294 billion yesterday, went up slightly. We know the Fed is going to be cutting rates at least 25 basis points. We know that's not going to help the economy. Also, if Jerome Powell only says 25 basis points, we know yield rates are going to start moving right back up. And that means the markets are going to start tanking. But remember, we only have a few weeks until this election. And then, of course, we only get another few weeks until the new administration takes over. And that means the sheep are about to be brought to reality. And that's the reason why we're hearing this government shutdown narrative. We know it's not going to happen before the election, but next year it's definitely going to happen. They have to start cutting the spending because we know the United States dollar is going to lose that world reserve currency title. We're going to a level playing field in this new digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have a new bill proposes joint SEC and CFTC committee to shape U.S. crypto regulations. And when it comes to the U.S., we already have enough laws on the books. They don't even need regulation or legislation in order for this market to work. but they do need to write in these digital currencies because they're against the Constitution. So we know how the NWO does. They take that pen and write in whatever they want. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs up right now. And then also, guys, today we have options. But as we see, when yield rates plummet like this, the markets are going to do great. And then plus the dollar just keeps getting weaker and weaker. So, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have StarkNet Community approves vote to implement Stark token staking by end of 2024. And staking is going to be very important in 4R, but staking is just like dividends. Guys, if you know the stock is going to take a hit more than what you're going to get in dividends, it's all about timing. So if you think that crypto is going to take a big hit, there's no reason to stake at that time. Remember again, guys, it's all about timing. With cryptos that you know have utility and they're cheap right now and you know they have a lot of room to run, of course, you sit back, stake, and let the money run up. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Purified Capital tokenizes a portion of $1 billion venture funding on Avalanche via Securitize. And lastly, we have Donald Trump plans to launch World Liberty Fi, and he states that he's leaving these slow, outdated big banks behind. And guys, we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. Only thing you have to do is go back. Remember when he was president, he did an executive order on fintech banks, AI, and driverless cars. So Donald Trump start the beginning of all this technology, then pass it on to Biden, and whoever becomes President Trump or Kamala will have the job to land us inside this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, if new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.